Hello people, and this is a review of the Moto 360. I'm in a pretty echoey room, so sorry if you can't hear me really well, but enjoy. So this is the Moto 360. It is Android's first kind of round smartwatch. So this is when you get your mouth, it will be like this. You open it, it will be like this with your watch here, like that, and it will have some user manuals. And the extra band if your wristing is pretty big, and the charging stuff will be here too. So let's move these away, and let's focus on this. So the Moto 360, the design, I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5, because there's this like giant black thing right here that's pretty annoying, but it's got the light sensors and stuff, so it could be quite useful, but it'd look better without it. So this is now, I think it's using Android 5.1.1. It's design at the back, and unlike other Android smartwatches, this one, if I can show you, has a heart rate sensor, and it does not have a charging plug or something, because this has wireless charging, which is quite cool. And the round display is pretty good. It's 320 by 260. So it has an okay HDMI. It's not that great, but you can still barely see things and pictures. But if you look closely, still see the pixels, and yeah. So I chose this metal band because on other reviews, like, people say the leather quality is bad and some other stupid things about bands, so that's why I chose the stainless steel version. With the stainless steel light band, and people say that the button, if I can just show it, the button is very, like, some people say like the button is placed in the wrong section. They think it should be placed like at 2 o'clock, which is like here. But I don't think it's a big problem, because you can't really like do this all the time. And it looks more watch kind of. And people say the circular face might not be a great choice for Android Wear, because Android Wear mostly supports rectangular faces, but more and more smartwatches are having circular faces. So if I have my notification on Google now, words, the words don't cut off, and it looks good. support the round face of the Moto 360, and there more and more developers are developing watch faces for round smartwatches. So I like to use diamonds because this is like one of the best watch faces Moto has, which is actually one of the best I can get. So the apps also support the round face, words do not get cut off, and especially for the not too many apps, sorry. The tip calculator. It's especially designed for Motorola's round face. So fine. Let's go on it. So you can see it supports the round face by having this round circular thing you can drag. So I'll give you an example of this app. This app is a tip calculator. So pretend you bought lunch and it costs $58, but you're too lazy to, I don't know, check out the tip. So you can download this app called Tip Calculator, and after you choose your amount, $60, you press this, and the tip, you can ask the waitress, I don't know how much you want. So she might say 20%. So you can drive it all the way. Pretend this is 20%. So that will give you the total amount. So the apps are actually quite useful. The Google Now is pretty good too. So you can also have social media to like Hydrate, Evernote, some Google apps, Fit, play music, settings, Shazam, Skype, Spotify, stopwatch, timer, lots, and WeChat. And in the contacts, you can still see the contacts. And when you swipe more, it comes to Google Now. And Google Now is quite good. I love voice recognition, so I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, let's see how tall is Obama. Okay, Google. Sometimes you need to just tap the screen. Okay, Google. How tall is Obama? Sometimes it just does that for no reason. I don't get why, but it just does it, and so just bear with it, I guess. But okay, Google. How tall is Obama? So sometimes Google just gives you the first, it just gives you like the first thing it thinks of, so it's still Obama, and well, yes, that wasn't the person I was wanting to search for, but you still can get an answer. Like, I'm gonna just say, I don't know what's 2 plus 2. Okay, Google. What's 2 plus 2? It just sometimes does that for no reason. What's 2 plus 2? This is like one of the good voice recognition watches, and sometimes it's still got some flaws. What is 2 plus 2? Sometimes it works before. I don't know why. So it can give you the answer, it can navigate with it and stuff. And now I'm going to tell you about the stats of the Moto 360. So the Moto 360 is a IP67 rated waterproof, so it cannot go more than 1 meter into submerged water. And it's got, just like other watches, 4 GB internal memory and 518 gigs of RAM. And the display, I already told you, 320 with I think 280. So it has a pretty okay PPI. It has, unlike other Android Wear watches, this watch's core, that's why I call it, is quite old and bad. Not bad, but old. So I forgot the name of it. It is not a Snapdragon or an Intel Core add-on. So sometimes it can go really laggy if I just open it. Sometimes it's really laggy. Like it can have some hiccups. Like every about 2 minutes it has like 1 second of hiccups. So that's a bit annoying. The steps is very accurate. The heart rate is pretty accurate too. The burnt calories, I haven't tested it yet, but it seems like it works. I don't know why. So let's put this away. And I am going to get the phone. And my phone's quite big, so I am going to show you the app called Moto Connect. So you need this app to use the watch. It's quite stupid because you need to download Android Wear and that app. So yeah. So let's first go to Moto Connect. So if your watch is connected, it will look like this. You will tap on your watch, and it will come up like this. So there are some things you can do, like customize your watch face. I am using dials. Just fine. The good thing about Motorola is they have got really good watch faces, unlike Sony's smartwatch 3. It's kind of plain. Motorola, they got simple, plain, complicated, basically everything that they can cover for right now. I'm just gonna scroll through the watch faces. It's got about 8 to 10 watch faces, I think. You can also pick the dock mode. So this is the dock mode. When it's charging, it will show this kind of watch face. So you can't do anything when it's charging. And some smartwatches don't have this, which I really like. It gives you the location, so if you lose it or something, you can know where it is, I guess. And there is help, Android Wear, related apps. So now I am going to tell you about the design. So the design is is one of the best designed smartwatches I've ever seen on the market. It also looks good on your wrist. It looks pretty thick and heavy, but it's only 52 grams, and after about 2 days of wearing it, you won't really even feel that the watch is on your wrist, so that is pretty good. I have got a pretty small wrist, as you can see. So I went to a jeweler and got some of the band parts off. And the only flaw I think from the design is 2 flaws actually. The first flaw is they should have put the light sensor somewhere else because it looks bad. And second of all, it does have interchangeable bands, but it is pretty hard to switch out. And I don't have the exact stuff to switch it out, so I can't do that for you right now. So, and the second last thing is how it looks on your wrist. So, the good thing, there are good things and bad things about this watch when you wear it into the public. So I usually wear it to school. And the good thing is, well, you can tell the time, and the teachers just don't really care because they think it's a normal watch because, well, it's round. But the other people, they know it's a smartwatch, but they don't know it's from Motorola. So some people say, oh, it's the Apple Watch. Some people say, oh, it's the round version of Apple Watch. Or some people say someone copied the Apple Watch, which is pretty annoying. And that has happened to some of my friends when they wore Android Wear to school, like Huawei Watch, Sony smartwatch. People think it's the Apple Watch, but it's just totally different from Apple Watch. The good thing is that, well, it looks like a watch. It's a bit bigger than normal watches, but unlike Fossil, well, Fossil looks good on your wrist too. Unlike, actually, I have no idea. Unlike G-Watch, unlike LG G-Watch, let's just say, it looks big, bulky, and nerdy. It's like an accessory, a nerdy accessory on your wrist. This actually looks like a watch. So I classify this as the first Android Wear smartwatch that actually looks like a watch. So now I'm going to tell you about the charging. Personally, I love the charging. It's just a breeze. You put it on the dock and it just starts charging. So let me show you. Pretend I just came back from, I don't know, like basketball practice, and my watch is running out of battery, and also you want to go to sleep. So some watches it's kind of fiddly and you need to like get the band out of the way and then put it there, and the wire sometimes breaks. But that does not happen to the Moto 360. So here is the charging dock. Let's see if I can. So it is very simple. You put your Moto 360 on this as a non-slip surface, and it has a little LED light that shines when you put your Moto 360 on it to charge. So let's pretend that it's got 0 battery. So as I said, this is the dock mode. So it just basically changes into a tiny alarm clock, which is designed pretty well. It does look like a, see, the LED light is right here. And it charges pretty fast. Pretty fast, but It does charge fast. I think my record was like 1.5 hours and just charged to like 100%. And it was like 0%. And the wire is pretty long. That's a good thing because some of the smartwatches, like the Sony smartwatch, that watch is like, oh my god. You need to buy a new wire because that charging wire is just so tiny. It's like 3 inches. The length. It's crazy. But this one, probably 2 feet long. So you got some space. And when you just put it on, it will automatically change into your personalized watch face. So what I think about this watch is it is worth it to buy because we have got the Moto 360 V2 out. And it's expensive and it basically looks just like that. It's just like the battery life's better. It's newer. That's all basically. It's just basically the same. Can you tell? Right? It's just like the crown is placed at 2 o'clock. And some random stupid stuff that Motorola boasts about. Or hashtag Lenovo boasts about. So I recommend you to buy it if you have an Android phone, not an iPhone. iPhone, buy Pebble. So if you have an Android phone, buy the Moto 360. It is one of the best Android wear watches on the market for now. Okay, so the pros are good design. Pretty good API. Snappy interface, I guess. Round screen, basically no bezel. Cons are big black part at the bottom of the screen, I guess. Battery life is not that good. And I guess the bands are pretty hard to change, so you should decide what band you should have when you buy the Moto 360. Okay, thanks, and I will see you next week.